Whenever you bet, bet Fred.
This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social, and I'm delighted to be joined by Callum Johnson here at the Ritson-Patera fight. Callum, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I enjoyed the fights tonight. That was a great fight at the end there, and I thought the kid done well to win the European title and upset the old occasion.
It is exactly that. It's an upset, But what was you making of the fight as it progressed?
Yeah, I thought it was a fair result. I thought Patera won the fight. I thought the first 3-4 rounds, was all Ritson, and then he seemed to just take over, and I thought he won pretty much everything after that.
When you was watching it progress, what was you thinking in your mind that Lewis should have been doing, looking to capitalise on?
Just not taking so much. I think it got to the point where he had plan A and he never had plan B. But Lewis is so strong and so powerful, but he does take too many punches as he's coming in doing what he's doing. But he'll improve from that. He's only 25, so he's got plenty of time to improve.
A sellout arena here tonight, nearly 10,000 in. Do you think the atmosphere all of the occasion might have been a little too much from? I know Eddie touched on it at the end of the fight.
Yeah, possibly. Only he knows that. I can't answer that question. But certainly, the pressure of having 9,000 people cheering your name, there's a lot of pressure there, and that could have affected his performance, or he might have burnt a lot of nervousness because he looked tired there as well towards the end, and he's obviously fit, he's obviously done the training, so maybe the crowd might have had an effect. What
did you make of the atmosphere itself? It was certainly something that I'll never forget.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I was just listening to it as he was coming into the ring, and it's something I dream of doing myself, having an electric atmosphere like that all for me, and what a great achievement to have these people here for you.
And what did you make of the rest card as well? Foot Davis Jr. as one of the fights.
Yeah, it was a great fight. Got a little bit scrappy at times. I think they had a little bit of clash of styles, but great fight. I thought Robbie Davis Jr.'s skills was brilliant, and that was the difference. Foot kept trying, he kept pressing the fight, but Robbie Davis just too skillful.
And Dave Allen, the People's Champion, getting a second win on the bounce. What do you make of him? He's a minute and a bit in a ring.
Yeah, he's a right character, isn't he? He's got a lot of fans, and he got down to business. He got straight down to business, and he done the job. And it was a good performance from him. He looked serious in there tonight, and he's been saying in the build-up he's been training well, and he's taking it more seriously now, and it showed in his performance.
And another one who's a lot heavyweight, someone who maybe down the line you might come up against, Joshua Bout. How did you assess he's, again, just a couple minutes in the ring?
It's hard to say, within the couple, but he looked the part, he looked well, throwing nice shots to the body. He can't take too much from his opponent because I think he come in late notice, and but he looked part, he always has looked the part, and but another one at the lightweight division, Jose Burton, before the TV started, he was on early, 29 seconds I think it was, first round knockout. So the lightweight divisions, it's stacked with good fighters, Britain and in the world.
You just mentioned it's stacked. Just to stick with Boat, there's talk, been for a while, him and Yard. What are your thoughts as to why that hasn't been made yet? And would you like to see that?
Yeah, I'd like to see that as a fan, but rival promotions, different stages of the career, slightly. But it's a fight that I think that by the sound of it, Boat wants it, and I think Anthony Yard's a fighter, so I'm sure he'll probably want it. It's a fight. It's an exciting fight for London, that one.
And to touch on yourself after past week, you've had a chance to reflect on the Beterbiev fight. What have you made of it all, and what have you looked back on and thought, this didn't go my way or that did go my way?
There's a lot of positives to take from it, and it's enhanced my career and my profile and everything else, and I've got a lot to be proud of, but I just kick myself for certain things. I know I didn't perform to the best I could. I think the occasion got to me a little bit, and then in the second round, I got him, and I didn't follow it up when I had the chance, and I'm kicking myself. But it's all if buts, wouldas, shouldas, and couldas, and the facts are the better man on the night won. But I just wish I'd have done a few little things different, and maybe the knockdown in the first round was very suspect. Maybe that changed the course of the fight. But I got no complaints. The better man on the night won.
I was going to ask you about that. You was just outside the ring, like on the ring aprons, and you're just coming back in. I think, was you expecting the referee to stop it? And
yeah, well, I thought he had the ref call break, and I've come in, he'd smacked me full on, hands down, wasn't expecting it, and that took a lot out of me. And what can you do? What can you say? It happened. I think he was a little bit lucky to get that knockdown. To get that shot off, I was a little bit unlucky. And did it change the course of the fight? Who knows? Who knows? You know, I had a good second round. I put him over in the second, so he come back and finish the job up. You know, so it was a good fight. It was an exciting fight while it lasted, and you know, as I said before, the better man on the night got the win.
You've shown you are world level and you can operate at that level. So what now in terms of, I don't want to say rebuilding, but where do you go from here? Where do you start that process of getting another world title fight?
You know, I'd jump straight back in if I could, but obviously that's probably not an option. But wherever, you know, whoever, whenever really. And Eddie speaks about, you know, what's the point in coming back down to British level? You know, you're at that level now, stay there. But if there's some good fights for me over back in America or even in this country, you know, I'm open to all options. And the good thing about it, you know, I've got a lot of options now. You know, there's a few doors open for me, and you know, I'm looking forward to next year.
Well, Callum, thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
No worries, my pleasure. Thank you.
Whenever you bet, bet Fred.